Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you are doing super well and have had a great week so far. Here we are yet again for another episode of the Ethical Hacking Stream. Today is a bit special because I've been doing a little bit of research, a little bit of learning about these things that are out there that is on ransomware. So yeah, we're going to look at that in just a second. And are we going to run it? Of course, we're going to run it. Yes, of course. We have to run it and we have to see it like completely take over a machine because we like to break stuff. Let's see who we've got in here today. Give a couple of quick shout outs to the group here. Let's see, who do we have over here? We got Smash in here. We got Fresh Skates. Fresh Skates. I don't remember chatting with you, so thank you for coming on in and saying hello. Thanks for being a moderator there, Smash. And Al Mukhar. Okay, I butchered that. LGG. What's up? In the house. Shada in the house. Shada, you came very, very, very close to beating that last challenge. Very, very close to beating that last challenge. And one other thing that's kind of neat is that next week we're actually going to bring on. This week. Like what is well, yeah, on Sunday. I will be bringing on here Dark Star, Ohio. Dark Star, Ohio. To give me a quick chat about kind of what was the thought process there. What's up, Fade Out Sama Ninja in here as well? What's your preferred VM? Run it or ruin it? We are going to run it. So what I did, what's my favorite VM software? Let's see here. My preferred VM. So I have recently switched over. I was using VirtualBox, but I have not been that happy with VirtualBox, and especially in Linux. I found that with the virtualization software, VMware Workstation is extremely powerful, and I've also learned running some of those VMs in some of my more powerful Windows boxes does really, really, really well. So I'll be using a VMware Workstation, and I can walk you through that, what we got there. How do you set up an environment for malware analysis? Actually, I'll show you. We'll jump over and I'll show you a bit of that. Very, very, very cool. Got the emojis out there. Okay, well let's just jump into it. This is my lunch hour. I could not find even any better people to come over here and suspend it with. So, thanks for spending some time with me today. So let's switch on over here to desktop 1. Okay, excellent. Okay, so let me clear up a couple of quick questions. For the software that I am using, it is a VMware. This is the workstation version of this, VMware Workstation Pro. You do not have to use Pro. They have a VMware player. The few things that it did not have in the player versus what I'm wanting is that you couldn't create snapshots, which I'm not that big of a fan. Well, I mean, I really need the snapshots, and I'll tell you what that means when I say snapshots. There's the software, and for snapshots, what that means is that I have a couple of different images that I've created. And if I go to this button right here, here is a couple of the states that I have. So I have the original version of it, which is where I can jump back to this point in time if I wanted to. I have a ransomware turned off in this part, some of the extra additional security features turned off, simply because this ransomware, the ransomware that we're looking at today, is called WannaCry. and this is a 2017 type of thing. So what that means is that we've had like 3 or 4 years or whatever, to go through and to detect for it. And all of the modern tools now, they won't allow this ransomware that I picked to run. So, yeah, so that's always a good thing there. The next thing is that I usually do one with the zip file downloaded. Another one here because I was going to need Python 3.92. This is with WannaCry being extracted. And this is with everything plus Wireshark installed and running. And this is where I'm currently at right now. So I'll stop there for just a second and let's see if anybody had any comments on that. I see some sharks. Yes. Is that a new license? So yeah, there is a license to run this software. If you want to chat with me a little bit more about the license things, and you can just hit me up on Discord. But yeah, it is a licensed copy of it. I'm using 16 just because that was the last. Smash says, I hope it can't communicate outside the VM. Well, there has been some precautions that have been taken there. So cool. So I have a couple of things. I love that little shark there, Loka. I love that little shark there. So going back into how this one was configured, or the one that is running right now is configured, let me go to the settings. So this is the settings for this virtual machine. And here's how I set this one up. Right at 2 gigabytes of memory. I also put in there, it's got 2 processors, a hard drive of 60. For a CD drive, I used this only because I was going to mount the VMware tools that was in there. And so here is the different device status. So you got connected, you got connect at power on, and then down here for network connection, it's just got on NAT right here. And NAT to your main host. Yeah, I was using NAT that's on here. Are you recommending I change that to something else? By the way, I have already run this thing before, so let me know if you think I should change it again. But yes, I have already run this before. Use host only if you don't need internet. Actually, what I've learned is that we do need the internet on this one right here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I've already ran this before and it did not escape the VM. USB controllers. I think originally I had turned this off, but I was getting some errors with it. And then we had 3D graphics that for some reason are enabled. I don't know why. I think it was just a default type of option. So going into this just a little bit here, let me open up the browser, and from here I'm going to type in ransom. Let's see, we're going to go WannaCry and virus. I don't know, wiki. Maybe it's on Wikipedia. And let's see what we get that comes back here. And I'm going to click on this one. So before we go into this, we are using WannaCry. There's a whole pile of different ones of ransomware that I think we can take a look at. But here's what it is. It says the WannaCry ransomware attack was worldwide in May 2017. Okay, so here is a screenshot here of what that looks like. And it says, oops, you have been encrypted. What happened to my computer? And here's to recover the files. Okay, so we're going to look at this live in just a second. But there it is. And then down into this, this was a pretty big deal because I do remember that with this ransomware, this took down like hospitals. Let's see where all that it took everything down from. I know that it was like hospitals and there was a bunch of other things. So look at this. Um, 300, so they made a total of 327 payments that totaled so they made $130,000 with this ransomware. Uh, yeah, so very, very, very cool. Thanks for coming on in there, J Decoder and the G War. I greatly appreciate all of you. So the NHS in the UK, they got affected. Thank you for pointing that out. Um, Sorry, my dog is crying right over here in the background, so maybe he'll stop in just a second. So yeah. So anyway, this is you can obviously go in here and you can look at a little bit more of the information. Right here it is. Here's all the NHS stuff. So there was some of the impact here. 200,000 computers were infected in 150 countries. Russia, Ukraine, India, and Taiwan definitely took the bulk of that. One of the largest agencies was NHS, which is what you were just referring to, 70,000. So MRI scanners, blood storage refrigerators. Wow, that's crazy. In 2016, thousands of computers in England and Nissan Motor Manufacturing, UK. Wow. Okay, so there was a pretty big impact. So a few of the other things that I read up on, and I don't know if it's in this Wikipedia article or not, but I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's in like this Wikipedia or not, but there we go. The NSA. So there is a lot of conversations around this. So the NSA was using it basically to spy on people, and WannaCry, the team, got a hold of some of that code and used it obviously for ransomware. And so the quick of this, I know we've got a few new people that have just joined us. The quick of this is that what happens is that once you run the ransomware, all of your files are now owned by by a group of hackers, and they can either give you your files back if you pay them some information, or you have to go and bring it to a repair shop and see even what they can do with it. I will say today we've learned a lot more about this one specific attack, and I've even seen somebody that was able to go through the code for this once now that they have it, because again, this is since May 2017, and show us and talk to us a little bit more about what was happening. So let me show you the setup here. So this obviously is one of my virtual VMs, and this is a local VM. I didn't want to get any trouble anywhere else. And what I did was I went ahead and I installed just Wireshark here. And I have pretended like maybe I got a few files that are interesting. So we've got a bank account here. So this is in banking. It's just got a pretend bank account number. And let's go right here. What we'll do is, oh, come on. All this snapping. I think that there's like an additional snapping here because I have another monitor connected. So here we go. We got one file, and before we do this, I want to try something else. So let's go into. Actually, we'll go into this documents folder, and let's paste this in here. And so it's in there. Let's go back over to downloads. We're also going to paste it in there as well. And maybe in pictures, we're going to paste it in there as well. So what we're looking at a way to see what all is this thing actually going to do once you kick it off. One thing I did want to look at was this whole concept of protected files. So I can come back in here and let me do a new folder here, and let's just say protected files. And in here, we're also going to have that same text file. So paste, and there we go. Now, let's do something. Ransomware protection is actually built in. So it's built into the operating system, And one of the things that you could just see there just a second ago was that it turned itself on and it's found a couple of different viruses that I already have, but they're not actually running right now. So, yeah. And so, one thing that's in this ransomware protection that I thought was pretty interesting, at least, was there is this whole concept of controlled folder access. So, I don't know when this came into Windows or anything like that, but you can turn this back on and let's say yes there, and let's dismiss the OneDrive thing. And I want to go protected folders. And on this protected folders, we're going to select that drive that we just added. Oh, so look at this. By default, I didn't know it did all of this. By default, it went in here and it added a bunch of these folders for us. Oh, and look at that. They're even smart enough that you can't just remove these by default. Interesting. So let's add one more folder to this. Let's go add, and we're going to go back over to our C drive here. C drive, and we are going to go to protected files, and we're going to select that folder. Okay, so we've added an additional folder in here. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm going to go back up to the virus and the threat detection, and let's see, did it, it may have already removed the ones that I had extracted. So I may have to go back and extract those again. Let's see. Ransomware, we're up to date. Virus and threat protection. Okay, so let me navigate out to where I had that virus. And if you want, this is a weird thing to say, right? If you want viruses, here's one place to go and grab those viruses. But it is there is a great repo. It's by the Zoo. And they collect a lot of these, and some of these they have the source code to, and obviously some of them they don't. They do make it dummy proof. So if you do find one of these that you want to use, I'm just going to scroll down. Let's see here. So there was let's see, what did I name that one? There was another one that was let's see. Let's go in this one, and yeah, it already extracted. It already deleted it again. Okay, so one of the things that's cool is they do put a password in here. So in order to even view one of these things, you would have to at least have the information to be able to bring it even back open again. So I'm going to go here for the password. Password here is just going to be infected. I'm going to take this one. Let's try extracting it again. And access to the compressed zip folder is denied. I think it locked up. Since we turned on the ransomware, I think it locked all that back up. That's okay. We can try a couple of different things here. So let's go back to the ransomware. Let's go manage, and let's take that back off. Yes. And here, and cancel. And now let's try this again. Let's go extract. And before you extract files, you must change the permission of this compressed folder. Okay, so it looks like it did something. Let's see. Ransomware, disable Windows Defender. Let's see. I think that should have been turned off right here. Virus and threat protection. And so one easy way that I can actually fix that is I can simply revert back to the version that I had before where it was all running just perfectly fine. So give this just a second. While that's booting up, let me check in here in the chat. Let's see. Got infected. I've already followed. I'm on a new account. JTPZ. Oh, cool. Well, thank you. A generic username. What's up? How are you doing? Let's see. Where is fdisk and format C? KAF1, thank you for coming in. Greatly appreciate you. The problem with controlled folder access is when running apps, they crash because Windows denies to what app they want to get. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so let's head back over here and come on. Wake up. wake up for me. Let's go to ransomware again. And let's go into Wanna Cry again. Here it is, everyone. Please don't tell me this just picked up on this one. Here it is, everyone. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. Okay. 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 Now, we like breaking stuff, right? It says right here, sorry, I don't have all of my Zoom functionality in this VM, but it does say, this application may cause damage to your device. Sensitive personal information may also be at risk. Are we going to run it anyway? Of course. It wouldn't be the stream if we didn't. So run anyway. So boom, let's see what happens. Okay, look at this. We just got a bunch of different, or it just added 2 different files here. Look at this from 2017. Look at that. Let's go right into this one. Okay. So Defender's still going absolutely nuts over here. Windows ransomware found. Okay, it's still finding stuff like crazy. In here, we're going to be looking. I'm excited to learn something. Yeah. Welcome on in. Yeah, we have a lot of fun over here on the stream. Some really cool things. Yeah, welcome in. Greatly appreciate you for stopping by. Okay, so this thing is running. Let's just go ahead and navigate over to our C drive here. Let's go into Windows. And is anything happening in Windows? Let's try opening Windows Update. Okay, so we still have our Windows Update file, at least at the moment. And this thing is still popping off like crazy, saying it found stuff. Now, is it too late is the question. Let's go to our banking document. Okay, our banking file is still there. This thing is screaming. Uh-oh, maybe it's trying to protect us as this is running. Ransomware found. And this is with me turning off that detection. You know what I mean? I had turned that completely off. So I turned it off. Current threats found. Ooh, look right here. It's picking up a bunch of stuff. Let's go virus and threat protection. Start the recommended actions. And we're just going to go allow. Let's go ahead and let some of these come on through. I don't know if I have to do it this way. Let's just go allow. And we'll go to this one and let's just see what it does. Let's go back to our home. I'm looking for where all those toggles were at. So let's see threat details. This is protection history. Oh, it looks like it did. It looks like it did protect that account. Device security. Let's see here. Did the executable require admin privileges? No, it doesn't. I think anti-spam I found on from the Defender. Start action and allow. Please don't try this at home. Oh, you have to hit start actions. Okay, so start actions. Okay. And again, this is since 2017. So this one has been around for a while. Almost every modern system will protect you from it. Let's just see what we can. Let's see what we can do in here. So let me go back to the account protection. Okay, I never logged in. Let's go to the. So there was one screen. I'm trying to figure out where it's even at, but it was virus and threat protection. Maybe it's just over there on just Windows security. Let me see what this says. Here. And okay, let's try it again. I'm going to come right here. We're going to allow these right now. Looks like this also is showing me that there's multiple ones of these, right? So let's just do this. Let's go ahead and do start actions. And let's see what happens here. Okay, so that's actually for the changing of this part of it. Okay, no threats found. Let's come back over here. And can we access these files? Yep. We can still access the files here. Let's go into the downloads folder here. And let's navigate on over to this zip file, malware, binaries. We're going to go to ransomware. WannaCry. There's actually 2 versions of it, from at least what I've learned. Let's go here. Let's extract again. I'm not too happy. It didn't seem like that got us where we wanted it to go. Huh. Wow. I'm actually pretty impressed at how there we go. Let's turn that one off. Okay. So I'd already turned that one off. They definitely keep turning it back on, which, is really a good thing. So let's try this again. Let's extract it, and let's go to extract here. And what did they say? Infested? Okay. And now it's right here. And now let's try it again. Run anyway. Okay, that did it. We're done. I can already tell. We're done now. The madness has happened. It's over. Ball game's over for this machine. Let's see here. So put virtual Windows 7 on. Well, Windows Defender has anti-spam. There's a register setting. Yep. Do you know if iOS devices use static ARP entries only? I had to ARP spoof one of mine, and it seemed like the replies weren't getting registered. I don't really know if I can help you out there as much. I really don't. Maybe somebody else in the chat can potentially help a bit more with that. But one of the things, look at this. Look at this in the background now. All right, let's go take. Oh, and there we go, everyone. After seeing all of this, your important files are encrypted. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Of course. I trust it. I'm just an end user. Okay, so I hit yes. So what do I get for that? Nothing really popped up or anything. I'm just thinking it probably sent us as an elevated a user here. Okay, very, 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 very cool. So let's look and let's see what we got. KAF1. Yeah, I can totally chat with you about landing a job at Microsoft and everything. Let's see what we get here. So we're just gonna digest this a bit. So let's see. Can I take this one? Let's minimize that. Let's come back over and just gonna minimize all these windows for right now. And that one you can't minimize, but let's see what this thing says. It says, "Oops." Actually, "oops" is spelled with 2 O's. OOPS. Is that not correct? Oops. OOPS. So let's see what it says. Your important files are encrypted. Okay. If you see this text but don't see the wanna decryptor window. Okay, I do see the wanna decryptor window. Then your antivirus removed the decrypt software or you deleted it from your computer. If you need your files, you have to run the decrypt software. Okay. Please find an application file named Wanna Decryptor in any folder. So it copies this thing everywhere? Or restore from the antivirus quarantine. Okay. Run and follow the instructions. Okay, so here is the instruction. So it says payment will be raised on 3/13/2021. And we've got this nice little countdown timer here. Actually, they used a pretty nice little control for that. I think that little timer looks pretty nice. And I'm guessing this just changes, when you get down to like a day or a few hours, it's like in the red. Your files are going to be lost on this time. And it says, what happened to my computer? One high five that I could give to the team is that it looks like they localized the languages here. So let's see, what languages which languages do you all speak? Do I have anyone here that can, I know I have a few folks that can do French. Is this good? Is this good French? Anybody? So get a little French localization language in here. I'm wondering if they just used like one of those like Google Translate like software. Cool. Okay, so I don't know if this is good or not. Just relying on all of you to let me know there. Here's some Indonesian. Can anybody verify if this is pretty good? By pretty good, I mean, does it look like it came from like a translator or anything like that? Polish? Okay. Actually, one of my daughter's best friends is Polish. And so I could always get her to read some of this stuff. How does that look? So they fake it. Let's see. Apparently, ransomware routers have amazing customer service. There was some article that reminds me I still haven't installed an antivirus on my computer. Well, if you're using Windows, I will say this is a ton of protection versus what you get out of the box with like Kali Linux. But Windows makes up the whole market. If you see like those like OS operating system charts, Windows takes up a good chunk of that market. With Mac OS easily, I'm talking about desktop computers. Mac OS is easily number two, probably a pretty strong number two. And then Linux, you get the Ubuntu taking up a good share, and then all of our distros that we use, those are in like the little tiny percentages that they probably don't even care. Do I know who Marcus is? No. J Decoder, let me know. Who is that? Okay, so you're saying it looks fine. Okay, so let's switch back over here. It says, what happened? Your files are encrypted. Many of your documents are no longer accessible. We're going to go check that out. Maybe you are busy looking for a way to recover. Don't waste your time. Without our decryption service, can I recover my files? Sure. We guarantee that you can recover all your files safely and easily. But you have not so enough time. More than likely, the reader or the writer of these things probably was not, English may not have been a primary language there. You can decrypt some of your files for free. Try now by clicking decrypt, but if you want to decrypt all your files, you need to pay. You only have 3 days. The price will be doubled. What? Come on, dude. Also, if you don't want to pay, you won't be able to recover your files forever. All right. How do I pay? Payments Bitcoin. Okay. So they made $130,000 by doing this. So what they did here was they put, here's about Bitcoin. Let's see, did that go run or not? About Bitcoin. Okay, there's how to buy Bitcoins. Ooh, this would be interesting here. Let's see. While that's still thinking, contact us. Ooh, is this a form? Ooh, okay. I wonder if this server is still up. So we have not this one. Let's go to Wireshark. We could obviously like check for this. Apparently it's still doing something in the background because all these windows are like super slow. Maybe it has to finish installing it everywhere before our systems really open up. Let's just send a message. Hello, world. And we can also track the packets to see where this is actually going to. Okay, so it sent out, it went somewhere. And that was just a little form they had in here. And then what do we have? There is a check payment, and then there's just decrypt. Okay. Okay, one decryptor 2.0 is not responding. Okay. So it brought us to the Wikipedia Bitcoin page, and we're not really not that interested in that. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at our file. So we had a banking file, right? So let's take our banking file. Actually, let's make it a little bit easier. We're going to go over to Notepad. Come on, Notepad. I wonder what it's doing in the background. Something's definitely eating up the processor now. I'm going to take that banking file. Okay. So the banking file is now completely completely encrypted. Let's see. I heard Claim AV should be really good antivirus. Marcus is the guy who stopped the spread of it. Oh, that's really cool. The thing is so beautiful and scary at the same time. Yeah, exactly. Did you get in prison? Inject SQL I in the message box. That's actually a good point there, Ninja. Or reverse shell. Ninja, I'm pretty sure he didn't, but he is on the trail again. Can we try decrypting that? Yeah, we can, but I'm going to just tell you, I don't think you're going to get very much, but I think it's definitely worth a shot. What I may actually do over here is, since that machine is still running a bit, I think I may go over and bring another window on my local computer here, where we can take a look at this a little bit easier. So let's go here, and I did this number right here. I pasted that in, and it kicked back with text plain loaded. And so obviously it does not know what this is. And I'm pretty sure we could find, a decryptor of sorts if we really wanted to, just to kind of see what may be going on behind the scenes there. Oh no, how are we going to do our banking stuff now? Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, let's see what all else says this thing did. So let's go here. I think this program is just about done for the day. Let's just close it. Leave me alone. Close. Load perfmon counters is not responding. Ooh, weird. Okay, so close out of this one. Now let's head back on over into, let's go back into our folder. We got documents. Let's see, we got downloads here. Okay, so this was the, inside of this downloads, this was the one that we had our banking file in. And now what we see is a please read me. Oh, okay, so there's multiple layers to this thing then. What's wrong with my files? Oops, your important files are encrypted. It means you'll not be able to access them anymore unless they are decrypted. If you follow our instructions, we guarantee you can decrypt all of our file. What should I do? Send the $300. Oh, look, they keep bringing focus back to this window right here. Let's close it again. And it should be closed. It is closed. Let's see how long it takes before it pops it back up again. How can I trust? Don't worry about decryption. We'll decrypt them because nobody will trust us if we cheat users. Let's think about this line right here. No one will trust us if we cheat users. Dude, Why would I trust you in the first place if you've just taken over my freaking computer? I mean, if you've taken over my computer, I don't trust you anyway at this point. I'm like, come on. Uh, Fascinating. Yeah, we definitely need a key to unencrypt that thing. Check how much RAM that this thing is eating. Okay, let's see. Let's get rid of this screen. And by the way, we're not going to just stop at this one. We're gonna go back to another point in time, and I wanted to look at another one here. So let's go to the task manager, and in the task manager here, yeah, let's go to more details. I don't have the advanced view set up. Wow. Okay. Load perfmon counters. Okay, so they just retitled that to that. So here is that executable. Close out of this. Here's that executable. And if we run it, this is what we see here. Okay. Let's just take this same file and let's go properties. And let's see, let's go to details. So this is what they added into the file description. Again, sorry, I don't have any of the Zoom stuff on this computer. Load perfmon application. Okay, they put some copyright stuff in there. They copied directly out of a Microsoft executable like calculator or something like that. Okay, and so right now it's eating up about 55% of the processor, but I've still yet to see what all is it taken out. So let's just maybe go and try to resort by this again. So Task Manager is busy on this thing. Yeah, super busy. Okay, we can explore these. We can explore these more if we want. So that's one. Is there honor among thieves? I don't know too much about that. LGG. Yeah, of course. Yeah, thanks for always watching. Yeah, I got some really cool stuff also that I'm planning for this Saturday. So many more stuff. So take care and bye-bye. Yeah, and don't forget there is LGG's channel. He does a ton of different like try hack me and things of that nature. Okay, so this machine now at this point is completely hosed. I think we will revisit this ransomware. I just wanted to see what this one looked like. I've never seen these things like live before outside of like screenshots. I think now we're going to try another ransomware and see what that one does. And I'm going to come back up to this. And obviously we're now completely hosed here. So the only thing I can do at this point is go back in time. And we're going to do that. We're going to restore back to the machine without a virus running in the background. So it's restoring right now. Yeah, if you've got any other questions, drop them in there. So Mello, hey, how are you doing? Hopefully you are doing super well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's see what else that we have in here. I do believe that we're going to need to come back as this one starts settling back down again. It may take it a second because it is finishing the rebuilding process. Let's go into the virus and the threat protection here. And in this little lab, let's see what we've got. I'm going to just make sure this is turned off. I'm going to go ahead and just kill the sniffing stuff. So let's just stop and save out of that. Let's get that one out. Just go, I don't know, and then goodbye. And let's see what we've got here. So manage the settings again. We're going to turn this right back off. And there is a feature that's called tampering. And that's the reason that it keeps putting this on. So I'm going to turn off the tampering things here. So tampering is detecting that there was something weird going on, and it was like, hey, no, you don't want to do that. So scrolling back down in here, I was going to pick another more like famous one that was in here. So there is Rex, unnamed. Actually, why don't we just do the Rex one here? So Rex, and we need that password again. So let's open that with Notepad. Here, more apps, Notepad, open. And what's the password on this one? Oh, I guess they're all infected. So let's try this, and let's go extract, and here. And again, I really am glad they have the protection added, so just anybody can't come in there and unzip these things and just kind of go with it. You got to at least be able to figure out a few things here. Okay, so ransomware says this is just a file. Let's see, where do we want to run this at? Let's see, is this not an executable? Interesting. I thought this was just an executable. Oh no, that was the password. We don't need that. Okay. Well, I don't know. You may have to run that one by the command line. Yeah, you may have to totally run that by the command line. Maybe add exe suffix. That's actually a very good suggestion. .exe. Okay, let's just see here. Okay, looks like you were correct. Let's go run anyway. Find a version. I don't know. So it may or may not have been that. It may or may not have been that. Let's just go and let's just take any of these. Jigsaw. I believe this is one that was probably inspired by the movies. Yes, there are movies. Saw movies. And let's just go infected. Come right up here. Infected. And let's see what we've got here. Ooh, just another jigsaw. Just has a file. Huh, interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. Let's try it one more time. Let's put the executable at the end of that. Most of the time these were just the EXEs. Let's see more. Let's try it. Oh, interesting. This one is saying, hey, you need to download some of these additional features in order for this one to even run. So Jigsaw must be a really older ransomware. I mean, this one must be around must have been around for a while. Okay. I tell you what, we're going to cancel out of that if we can. And I want to go back over and let's see. Yep, canceled, close, back to the binaries. All right, maybe we'll get lucky here. I've tried a few of these things. Let's go to extract and boom. Infected. It loses focus every time. Infected here. And this is just a COM file. So this should open up with at like a command prompt. So if we go back here, let's Control C that one. Let's just go into our command. And one quick tip for you is that even though I did it this way, you don't have to. You can just type in command right up here in this window box, and it'll bring you to that directory. So don't say you didn't learn anything from the show today. Let's do a dir here. And yes, that dog is having a fun time. Okay, so I just ran that. Let's see, did that run properly? Oh, it had a .com with a little at the end of that. Let's just check this out. Let's go rename. I think they're really trying to prevent you from not messing up your system. Let's go yes. Let's run it. Let's go to more info. Run anyway. And is anything happening? Is anything happening in the background there? What would files say if you copied the REX to Linux? If we don't know what the thing is, just file it. Wiki says it's from 2016. Oh, okay. So it may be a little bit older than that. Yeah. So this one, I don't know. It looks like It looks like it didn't necessarily, yeah, it's not necessarily changed out any of our bank numbers or anything like that. I wanted to at least have one more good one to kind of send us off today. And I'll try one more right over here. Go extract and extract. And then infected. Huh. All of these are just saying files. Odd. It can't be the only one that I picked was the one that had the executable. Okay, so if that's not going to work, Friday the 13th. Does anybody remember these from Friday the 13th? Extract, and then let's try it again. Infected. Okay, here we go. Friday the 13th. I think this is the one. Let's go here. More, run, and the app can't run on your PC. And it may be because some of these are 32-bit executables there that may be preventing us from moving forward with these. I thought we'd have another good one that would come in here, but apparently, yeah, I'd have to go and try some more of these things. It looks like there's OS X in there. Mamba is another one. I wish you could look inside of these files. Try which one? Oh, look at this. This one is an application. Okay, let's try this one. Let's go extract all and extract again here. And let's go in infected. Let me just see if I can get this one to run, and then we can try another one. Okay, so 131 and more run anyway. We're going to go yes. Okay, so we hit yes. I'm waiting for it to break stuff. Watched a bit on YouTube Live View. Maybe the algorithm sees people on that and recommends it more. Yeah, YouTube does a really good job at recommendations and things of that nature. That's definitely true. We'll see. While that one may be running, let's go and try the. You said this one, PTYE. Okay, let's see what's in that one. That one is just 2 bin files. Yeah, I had to see how they are running these. I know another command that they had in here, but I haven't really messed with it yet. Is they do have a Python script, so actually we can come right back up here. We can go our CMD. I guess one of the things that I'm at least a bit proud of, or kind of blown away, was actually how well Windows is actually taking care of and handling all of these random threats that we're putting in here. I mean, I'm trying to get one of these things to run, and even with the first ransomware, even though it's a bit old, 2017, I really had to work hard to to get that thing to run on these modern boxes, which is pretty interesting. So the last thing, let's see, let's go. There is a Python script in here. Let me go back to a directory listing. Let's go Python, and it's called the zoo.py. And let's see what this says. This is like one of their installer scripts. Of course, any Python file that I ever run from the internet always has to crash. This one is warning, pips invoked by an old script. This will fail. Okay, this is the latest release. This module is not meant to work on Windows. Oh, okay. So that's weird. All these are Windows viruses, or most of these are Windows viruses. But sometimes maybe they're not. Yeah, how are we supposed to get the viruses if nothing happens? I am leaving this one running. we did get that. We did get one of these to start running, and I wanted to see if anything happens while we finish up here today. So I do have something for all of you that have stayed with me a bit here today. What have I got? I have got merch. So there is these keychains, and so what I thought about doing was that I have created a form, and in that form, all you have to do is put in like your Twitch username and your address. I only bought 10 of these. One of these, I actually am going to use myself. Yes, on my keyring. And another one is obviously got to go to Smash for all of his amazing work that he's done here on the stream, for moderating and everything like that. But for everyone else, it's super simple, and it's cool if you. It's cool if maybe you don't feel comfortable sending out your address, but yeah, all I'm going to do is I'm going to send this out in one big package. And so the link is going to be, if you want one of these, is going to be this one right here. And so there we go. So that is the form to fill out. I did put a few rules, and I'll just quickly go over these really fast here just to make sure we're all on the same page. Yeah, so free keychain listed below. This is what they actually look like. I have 8 of these available. First 8 people that responds to this form wins. Offer ends at 7 p.m. tonight. So obviously in Pacific time, so 7 p.m. my time. And yeah, it's just these 2 things. I did put this on there just for like a little quick, just to make sure at least you're elite enough to base 64 and get a result of the text. But yeah. And also, it doesn't matter where you live at. I will be sending this the default non-priority mail, and so if it does get lost, it's just going to have to get lost. But I'm willing to ship this absolutely anywhere that wherever you live at, and I hope you'll get your keychain if you actually want one of those. So I think that's about it here for us today. I wonder if we got any other amazing streamers that is currently doing some hacking stuff. Let's see. If you've got anybody to suggest, let me know. I think we may go over to Marco Bruno. Marco sometimes raids the channel. He does lots of different types of like programming and stuff like that. So we may take a look over here at his channel. Oh, there is another one. Thank you there, Smash. But anyway, let me know if you want some of the swag, and if you do, I'd absolutely love to give it to you. Thank you all for hanging out with me here, and hopefully you have an absolutely great morning, afternoon, evening, or wherever you come from. Bye-bye.